with a clap. Hello, this is Jomar Hilaria, and with me tonight is Marco Victoria, the business daddy for his second webinar since last Monday. There was a lot of demand for his expertise and experience at 26 years old. Am I right? 26 years old ba? And tama. Teka lang, nakamute lang si Marco. Tanggalin na natin yung mute ni Marco. And we will learn from his vast experience from failing in 40 different business ventures. You guys can type the word 40 just to know, just so I know you can actually hear us. Can you type 40? The number of businesses, 40 plus. The number of businesses that Marco has actually failed in or attempted to do. Ayan, para happy tayo. Marco, by the way, this system is not completely real time. The questions will be heard around 1 minute after you say it. Around, yeah. So, hayaan natin silang sagutin nila yan. And welcome everyone to this brand new system that we're trying out. Okay, so let's, nakamute ka pa rin eh. Ikaw nag-mute sa sarili mo. So tanggalin mo yung mute.
Hello.
Kasi hindi ko matatanggal for you.
All right.
Hello. Wala. Ayan na. Okay.
Mic check.
Sorry.
Check. Hello.
Narinig ka na namin. Okay na, game na. You may begin the share mo yung screen mo or anything you want to do. Go.
All right. So good evening to everyone. I hope clear yung line ko. So I'm back. I'll the whole night, the whole program, I'm gonna be switching screens. So you can see me now. Aaliw din ako. I can see myself. And then I'll be switching screens. So I prepared a little PowerPoint. So I'm back, and I'm more than happy to share my experiences with you. So let's start right away. So from last Monday, may mga questions pa akong hindi nasagot. So si Jomar and his team emailed me the questions. I'll answer them later. So before anything else, I'll share to you muna a short introduction. So sa mga hindi nakapakinig sa akin last Monday, let me tell you a little about myself. So I'm Marco Victoria. I'm 26 years old. Like Jomar said, I'm a college dropout, so I did not finish college. I started working early. I worked for GMA7, for ABS-CBN, for TV5. Naging PA ako, naging cameraman, naging editor, naging alalay, driver, naging technical director. So I rose the ranks. Naging photographer ako for a few magazines. And then, at one point, na-realize ko na kaya kong pala magnegosyo, kaya kong kumita ng pera na ako yung boss ko. So, I had problems with my bosses before. I want to tell you the story about last year, birthday ko, June 3, last year. And then, nag-celebrate ako sa isang foundation for street kids. Ang pangalan niya, He Cares Foundation. So, there were 500 kids na batang kalye na pinakain ko, pinaliguan, may games, may mga artistang bisita, may mga magician, may mga clowns. Super saya. Yun yung celebration ko ng birthday ko. And then, meron akong isang special na friend na nagbigay ng regalo sa akin. I'll show you the screen. Where is that? Hindi ko yata nalagay yung photo. So anyways, may friend ako na nagregalo sa akin ng screwdriver. So sobrang saya ko. Yung screwdriver na yun, may flashlight, may pliers, para siyang Swiss knife na maliit. Uh, I'll keep your thoughts to that. Basta that was my birthday. May special friend ako na niregaluhan ako ng screwdriver na yun. Before I proceed with the story, I'll sing it the answers to the questions nung last Monday. So, naayos na yung PowerPoint ko. Si JC Balasabas, yung first question niya, how can I post in Instagram reach the popular page? Ang sobrang galing ni Instagram, nung nag-umpisa yung Instagram, pag nagka 5,000 na likes yung photos mo, masasama yung photo mo sa popular page. Ano yung popular page? Sa isang tab sa Instagram app, meron dong tab na Explore. So, makikita mo yung mga popular na photos, yung mga madaming nag-likes. So, dati, ganoon sa Instagram nung umpisa. Nung nabili siya ni Facebook, 2-3 years ago, nabili ni Facebook si Instagram for, I think, $1 billion, no? Crazy. Tinanggal nila yon yung 5,000 likes. Kasi madami nang gumagawa ng parang mga spam or fake account sa Instagram just to have likes, just to make it to the popular page. So ngayon, ginawa ni Instagram, walang fixed na formula. Ang ginawa ni Instagram, hindi porket madaming likes yung photos mo, popular page na. What Instagram did, kailangan hindi lang yung mga dati mong photos, madaming likes. Kailangan yung followers mo, ganito karami. So, wala silang rini-release na specific amount of likes. Dapat, ganito karaming followers. Wala silang sinabing specific amount of followers. So, talagang, to be in the popular page, kailangan talaga maging viral yung photo mo. Kailangan talaga popular yung photo mo. So, it's good na ginawa nila yon, na eliminate nila yung mga spam, yung mga nagbabayad para sa likes. And then next question from JC Balasabas, na ang gwapo dito sa photo. Who or what inspired you to go into your first business and become a serial entrepreneur? Like I said kanina sa story ko, no, galing ako sa iba't ibang trabaho. One reason was ayoko ayoko ng mga boss ko at that time. So, hindi ko kasundo yung mga boss ko. I wanted to be my own boss. Tapos yung time, isang reason din yun dahil I wanted to have my own time. Pag gusto ko na umuwi, uwi ako. Pag gusto ko mag-basketball, mag-basketball ako. And so on. And then, syempre, financial reasons. Hindi naman ganun kalaki ang sweldo ng empleyado. I'm sure may ibang makaka-relate sa inyo na compared before to now, sobrang layo ng financial, yung capability to earn, sobrang layo ng kita ng isang negosyante sa empleyado. Inspiration ko was parang ever since bata ako, I was doing businesses na left and right eh. Nagbabazar ako, tiyangge. Nagka-food stall ako. Nagka-barbecue stand pa kami dati. So, kung ano-anong negosyo na yung pinasok ko nung bata ako. So, it was in me na talaga. And, kumbaga may background na ako sa negosyo. What inspired me or who inspired me para maging serial entrepreneur? Nung mga umpisang negosyo, puro failure, ang daming failure, I just told myself na, sige, negosyo lang na negosyo hanggang maging successful. Nung naging successful na, yung feeling ko na I can earn more, I can put up more businesses, yung darating sa point mo, hindi ka na magne-negosyo or kikita ng pera pang sarili mo. Gusto mo, kumbaga, kontento ka na sa simpleng buhay, pero kaya mo pang kumita para sa iba. Like yung kinikwento ko nga kanina na birthday ko last year. na nagpakain ako ng 500 na kids. Now, I do that 4 times a year na hindi biro magpakain ng 500 na bata. Na yung pinapakain namin, hindi naman lugaw lang or tinapay lang eh. Nung a few weeks ago, ang pinakain namin, arroz a la cubana. So, saan ka nakakita ng orphanage na gano'n ang pinapakain? Nung birthday ko last year, may fried chicken, may spaghetti, may pizza, may dessert pa na ice cream, may soft drinks, 500 to 600 na bata. So, hindi biro gawin yon. That's why I siguro isa yon sa mga pinakamalaking reason and inspiration ko to become a serial entrepreneur is hanggat kaya mong kumita, gagawin mo kasi hindi para sa iyo yung pera eh, para sa mga taong matutulungan mo. And then last question ni JC Balasabas, what are the tips and advice you can give to those who also wants to become serial entrepreneurs like you? I think in business, if gusto mo maging serial entrepreneur, you always have a big heart for others. So, huwag kang magnegosyo para lang sa pera, para lang yumaman. If may rason ka para kumita ng pera, like ako yung orphanage na specific na to, sila talaga yung gusto kong tulungan eh. Gusto kong matulungan magpatayo ng sarili nilang building, gusto kong magbigay ng trabaho sa mga pamilya ng mga bata, and so on. Gusto ko pag Pasko may regalo sila. Nung last year, nung summer outing nila doon sa resort. So, pag may ganong rason ka, hindi ka titigil magtayo ng negosyo kaliwat kanan. So, I think if you want to be a serial entrepreneur like me, you find your why, your business why, kung bakit ka magnenegosyo. Kasi kung para sa sarili mo lang, I'm sure isa, dalawang negosyo, kikita na ng malaki, makukontento ka na eh. Pero kung madami kang tutulungan, madami kang mabibiyayaan, I'm sure magiging serial entrepreneur ka then like me. So thank you for the questions, JC. I'm gonna go to the next person, si Reggie Bariawan, si Robin Padilla. What's your advice to people who wants to start a business but are always telling themselves that they don't have an idea on what business to start? Well, definitely, pag nandiyan ka sa state na yan, sabi sa akin nung business mentor ko, si Dean Pax Lapid, tinanong ko sa kanya dati, exact same question. Sabi niya, the teacher appears when the student is ready. Ibig sabihin, yung taong gusto magnegosyo, pero hindi naman niya alam kung anong negosyo papasukin niya. Ibig sabihin, wala siyang ginawang effort para alamin kung anong negosyo para sa kanya. Hindi man lang siya nagtanong, nag-research, and so on. Kasi, ang dami mong taong pwedeng tanungan, andyan ang internet, ang daming negosyong pwedeng pasukin, pero wala ka pa rin idea kung anong negosyong gusto mong pasukin, definitely hindi ka pa ready. And yun na nga, the teacher will appear when the student is ready. Like ako, when people message me, when people ask me for me to mentor them sa business nila, same principle eh. Kung hindi ka ready magpa-mentor, kung hindi ka ready magnegosyo, wala eh. Hindi rin kita matutulungan kahit anong gawin ko. Pero if ready ka, alam mo kung anong negosyo gusto mong pasukin, then I will help you all the way. And I'm sure Jomar and all the mentors will do that. Next question ni Reggie. Being overwhelmed with too many ideas that it would be difficult to focus on one thing, how do you avoid struggling with analysis paralysis? Totoo na madaming ideas every day. Siguro 3-4 na idea ng bagong negosyo naiisip ko, nakikita ko sa kalye, sa mga kaibigan na kakausap ko. Ang tawag ko dito it's called the Joey De Leon method. Si Joey De Leon, yung komedyante, yung artista, pag nakaisip siya ng joke, lagi siyang merong papel, saka ballpen sa bulsa. So kahit daw natutulog siya, may napaginipan siyang joke, gigising siya, susulat niya sa papel. Ganon siya katalino na komedyante. So I applied that to myself na basta makaisip ako ng bagong idea, kunyari para sa isang negosyo ko, I write it down. Pero hindi ibig sabihin na lahat ng sinulat ko magagawa ko or susundin ko. Pero it's a good practice for reference na dumating sa araw na may extra pera ka, gusto mo magnegosyo, ay may mga ideas ako before. You just look for the papers na sinulatan mo. So I think if struggle for you or for anyone here na dealing with analysis paralysis, yung dahil masyadong idea iniisip, you write them down. Once you write them down, you let it go sa mind mo eh. So, pag nasa papel na yon, may naka-safe keep na siya. So, thank you for the questions, Reggie. Si Robin Padilla. Next question, si JC Balasabas ulit. How do you price your shoes for Sola? Sagutin ko ba dapat to? Well, iba-iba sa negosyo, okay? So, ito sa shoes, ano ba yan? Sasagutin ko ba to? Sabihin na lang natin,
Strategy, don't say the tactics. Say the
oo
strategy.
nga eh.
General idea. Where you come from when you price?
With merchandising, with this kasi, sa akin kasi yung factory, so yung Soul lang may-ari ng factory. Kaya maliit yung cost namin. May mga ibang shoes, online sellers ng shoes sa Instagram, nagpapagawa lang sa amin. So, definitely sila, they need to mark up more. With products na ganito, you buy the raw mats, you pay for labor. The minimum markup na I would suggest is 80%. That's the minimum. At least 80% for your efforts and everything. You can go as much as 200, 250%. With shoes, with shirts, the goods, the merchandises, the bags. So, sorry, hindi ko ma-disclose yung sa Sola kasi baka may mga kliyente kami nakikinig dito. Baka sabihin nila ganito, ganyan. Ayun din, nasagot ko rin yung second question mo. How much is the profit margin for each shoes? So, ganun din. Basta, if you're planning to do an online store, no, you sell shoes, bags, shirts, clothes, at least 80%. Then you can spike up as much as 80, 200 kaya eh, kahit 300. Depende sa branding mo and sa market mo. But don't go below 80. Last question. Did you take into considerations future scenarios like retailers and distributors setting your prices? Nung umpisa, honestly, hindi. Hindi ko inisip na magkaka-retailers kami and distributors. Actually,
Marco, nawala ka. Parang nahugot yung microphone. Parang ganon. Parang ganon ang dating. So, can you bring yourself back? Hello? Party lines? Party liners? No. Nawala ka, Marco. We do not hear you. I'm not even sure if it's my fault, pero nawala ka. Lang, chat ko lang si Marco by Facebook. So, hintayin si Marco bumalik. Can you hear me, guys? Ayan. Natanggal siya. Babalik din yan. Can you hear me, guys? If you can hear me and you're kind of unhappy with this system, binuksan ko yung GoToWebinar. So, just go to the mastery group. Nandun yung link to the GoToWebinar version. It's the same one, but we're using GoToWebinar. Okay, so if you're having a hard time with buffering, then punta kayo dun sa GoToWebinar. I hope you get that message kasi I'm showing both GoToWebinar and this system sabay. Okay, hintayin natin bumalik si Marco. I'd just like to take this time to remind everyone that tomorrow is the deadline for the VA 101 na downloadable. This is my last extension. The reason why I extended this is because I realized I haven't really explained to the new, marami kasing first-timers, kung ano ba yung VA downloadable, VA 101 na seminar, and what the heck is a content marketing strategist. And ulit si Marco.
I'm back. Oh, nawala ako.
So, sandali lang Marco, tuloy ko lang.
Okay.
Tuloy ko yung sinasabi ko para hindi mabitin.
Okay.
So, just to remind everyone, sasabihin ko lang yung Q&A ko lang para clear sa inyo. So, a year ago, I did a VA seminar, and that was the last of the successful VA seminars. Ang technique doon was to help you get introduced to the world of virtual assistants para mag-work from home kayo. Ang tinatry namin goal noon was about magkano ba yun? Mga 1,000 pesos an hour. Yun yung goal, 1,000 pesos an hour para kumita ka as work from home. So after that, I came out with a workshop last year called Content Marketing, Constant Income from Content Marketing na workshop. The result of that workshop was a strategy, nga yung word na strategy, para lang happy tayo, a strategy on how you can actually earn $77 an hour. Kayo na mag-compute magkano ba yung $77 an hour? And the kind of job you need to be good at is called a content marketing strategist. A person who creates or suggests strategies for companies. Ayan. Like for example, pricing strategy. Hindi yun, syempre hindi yun. Ang gagawin lang ng tao na tinuturo ko sa VA 101 is content marketing strategy lang. Ang ibig sabihin, yung ilalagay sa Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube, Google+, blog, ikaw ang magsasuggest dun sa mga business owners sa ibang bansa. Okay? So yun yung role mo as a content marketing strategist. And the requirement of that person is that you have to be marunong ka mag-internet, marunong ka mag-YouTube, marunong ka mag-Facebook, marunong ka mag-Google, hindi sa tablet. Dapat sa computer. Marunong ka gumamit ng computer using all those programs, YouTube, Facebook, Google. That was my only requirement, and hindi naman nagbago. So if you guys are interested in earning $77 an hour as a strategist, and matyaga kayong sumunod ng instructions, tomorrow is the deadline for the downloadable video version of that. Tapos na yung video na nagawa na ng videographers. We're gonna get the videos next week, I think, or in a few days' time. So we can actually upload it directly to YouTube. Ay, Monday pa pala. Sa Monday pa namin makukuha yung YouTube version. Okay, so the materials are already up. They've already given it to those who ordered. And as a bonus, I'm giving away the VA seminar of last year video for those who purchase last day tomorrow. Okay? So yun yung bago kong strategy. So for those of you na parang first time lang kayo, yung pag tinatanong niyo si Marco, hi Marco, masalta ka.
Hello.
Yan. Tinatanong niyo si Marco, pakita mo yung video yung sarili mo para masaya. Tinatanong niyo si Marco ng what's your price? Hindi useful yon. Yung anong presyo? Kasi bumili ka na lang, malalaman yung presyo, di ba? Ang kailangan tanongin ninyo, tactic kasi yun price, this is the price, mataas, mababa, mataas, mababa. That's the price. Ang kailangan tinatanong ninyo kay Marco is, ano ang strategy na ginamit mo to create your price? So the strategy is a big idea. Why he came up with that price? Ang sagot ni Marco kanina was, he is also the owner of the factory. Therefore, he can charge even lower than somebody na nagre-resell lang. And the strategy that he's mentioning is be your own factory. So, pag ikaw yung sarili mong factory or you own your own factory, then yung strategy mo na pricing is easier kasi you control the factory also. I hope that was clear. I'm not sure if that was clear, pero tuloy na natin si Marco, okay?
Alright. Saan ako naputol? Di ko alam. Sorry.
Alam. Question. Isa sa mga question slides mo.
Okay.
Open mo na lang yung question slides. Baba mo yung tuhod mo, hindi bagay yan.
Ay, sorry. Kita?
Okay.
Relax ako eh.
Lokal.
So, okay. So, balik tayo sa questions ni Maria Dulce Amor Yurate. Ang ganda ng pangalan. So yeah, I think naputol ako nung nung nasagot ko yung pag-target, yung sa target market mo. Well, sa Instagram at least, no? So, ayun lang, you just find the people they follow. And, alam mo yun, lalo na Pilipino, idol si Chris Aquino, padala mo si Chris Aquino, and so on. Next question is, paano po ba yung tamang approach sa pagbebenta? In selling kasi, I'll share you a little about sales, no? Ewan ko if napanood niyo yung movie na The Wolf of Wall Street, yung pinabenta niya yung ballpen, parang benta mo tong ballpen, and then sabi nung guy, write your name on the tissue, and then sabi nung nagpabenta, I don't have a pen. So in selling, you make the demand. It's always about supply and demand. Nung nag-i-import ako ng car parts para sa mga high-end na kotse. So for BMW, Volvo, Porsche, Audi, yun lang yung mga ini-import ko na car parts. So I had to create my market kasi hindi ko alam paano ko ibebenta yun eh. How did I sell them? I started selling cars ng mga susuplayan ko. So nagbabayan sila ko ng kotse nun. So, ang ginawa ko, I focused on buying and selling of high-end cars. Lahat ng bumibili sa akin, ng BMW, ng Audi, ng Porsche, sila din yung kukuha ng piyesa sa akin. I made my own market. I made the supply. I made the demand. That's how you sell. If you want to sell na in the open air, may pagsapalaran ka, okay lang. Pero the guarantees of making a big sale is tsambahan. I think the best way to do it is like what I always do is ganon. You make the demand. If magbebenta ka ng ballpen, make sure yung bebentahan mo kakailanganin niya yung ballpen. So that's one of the best ways to sell. Last question ni Maria Dulce Amor Yurate. Paano po kayo natuto ng online marketing? Oh my gosh. Wala akong formal background. Wala akong training. IT course ko nung college, network engineering. Natuto ako mag-program ng mga HTML, kung ano-ano. Pero never ko nagamit dahil nakalimutan ko na. At nag-drop out nga ako. So, sadly, nung nag-umpisa ako, wala pang mga online groups, mga online seminars, how to sell, marketing, blah blah blah. And wala rin akong pera noon pang bayad. So if meron ako, sobrang okay sana, no. Wala, I was always online because I was the user. I was my market. So market ko yung sarili ko. I was just always observing yung mga trends, like bago mauso yung selfie, I saw people doing it na and I was like, ay, mauuso to. So, siguro yun lang. If like ngayon, swerte tayo, may nandyan si Jomar, may Truly Rich Club, ang daming makukuhang sa internet na how to do this, how to do that. Sobrang laki ng advantage na yun eh. You can just Google anything, how to do this. how to do that. So, yung personal experience ko, yun nga lang. When I was starting, wala pa akong ganong resources nung meron ngayon. So, thank you for the questions. Huling question ni Jericho Rosales. Ano ang sikreto ng mga pogi? Nakakahiya. Ako lang nagsulat niyan. So, yun. Thank you sa questions. So, mamaya, if may questions ulit kayo, si Jomar na bahala doon. So, pa-forward na lang niya sa akin. I'd like to go dito sa next sa part 2 ng webinar, no. I was telling you kanina about the birthday ko last year, no. Yung sa foundation of 500 Street Kids. So, I told you kanina na ganun ako nag-celebrate ng birthday ko last year. I was supposed to go to Europe. Mag-tour ako by myself. Hindi pa kasi ako nag-tour ng Europe eh. So, sabi ko, I'll treat myself. Ako lang mag-isa. Mag-ikot ako doon. Punta akong Paris. Mag-ikot ng Europe for my 26th birthday. Kaso yun na nga, I had a deeper calling na mas masaya ako kung magpapakain ako ng 500 na bata. Lahat sila bibigyan ko ng regalo. Babalutin isa-isa. Lahat sila may loot bags. Punong-puno ng candies, ng biscuit. So, I that's what I did. And then, my friends, tinulungan nila ako dun sa event na yon. Nag-volunteer sila, nagluto, nagpakain ng mga bata, nakipaglaro. May isang kaibigan ako, yung kinikwento ko kanina, nagregalo sa akin ng maliit na Swiss knife. I'll show you the photo. Yan, yung asa picture na yan. So, hindi siya Swiss knife actually eh. Pliers, screwdriver na Philip, tsaka flat, tsaka mini flashlight. Yan na yun. It's very small. So, ayan, makikita nyo, parang sinlaki lang siya ng tatlong button sa keypad. Regalo siya sa akin nung birthday ko, nung isang close friend ko. Special friend, no, close friend ko. Bakit ko siya kinikwento sa inyo, no? Kilala kasi ako nung tao na nagregalo sa akin. So, close friend ko nga. Alam niya na ayan, yung nakikita niyo sa picture, nung time na yon, yan yung mga spare parts ng mga piyesa ng kotse na ini-import namin galing ibang bansa. So, mahilig ako sa kotse. Marunong ako mag-ayos ng kotse. So, kaya ako pinasok yung negosyo na yan eh. Lagi akong nagbubuting-ting ng sasakyan. Nag-aayos ng radiator, ng auxiliary fan. As in, makina ng kotse, bubuksan, hanapin yung sira. So, yun yung personality ko eh. So, yung nagregalo sa akin nung mini tool MacGyver kit na yun, alam niya na grease monkey ako. Alam niyang ma-appreciate ko yung regalo niya. May isa pang nagregalo sa akin, itong next picture, ng ganyang kotse. Na joke lang. Joke lang yan. Siningit ko lang. Wish ko lang may nagregalo sa akin ng ganyan. Pero wala akong ganyang kotse. So going back dun sa regalo sa akin na toolkit na sobrang liit, na sobrang useful. Yung nagbigay sa akin, the giver knows me, the receiver. So we have a relationship na we're good friends. Alam niya kung anong magpapasaya sa akin. So nagtataka na kayo saan pupunta tong kinikwento ko, no? So I'm sure like kayo, may nagregalo sa inyo, kunyari, mami nyo, niregaluhan kayo, kung hindi ka naman nag-inclined sa music, hindi ka naman siguro reregaluhan ng mami mo ng violin, di ba? Reregalo niya, kung mahilig ka mag-taekwondo, reregaluhan ka niya siguro ng plywood or ng taekwondo shoes or yung mga bricks na sinisipa-sipa nyo. Kung mahilig ka mag-bike, malamang regalo sa'yo ng kapatid mo is helmet. Bakit? Kasi the giver knows the receiver. May relationship. I'm gonna be talking now about marketing. Relationships fuels marketing. I'll be telling you a few tips on marketing. No? So, uh, last Monday, I talked about business, starting your business. Uh, Now I'm gonna be talking about marketing. Kasi madali lang mag-umpisa ng negosyo eh. May pera ka, may talent ka, may oras ka, may service kang pwede ibigay, may ideas ka. Madali mag-put up ng negosyo. The hard part is building your market. So, relationships fuels marketing. Uh, Kahit anong marketing, relationships ang fuel. Merong traditional marketing na flyers, advertisement sa dyaryo, merong digital marketing, online marketing, yung ginagawa ng most of us dahil mga techie people tayo para maka-attend ng webinar na to. You guys know about Facebook pages, Google Ads, Instagram marketing, may local tsaka international marketing. So, but I'm gonna talk to you today about relationships. Because like what I said kanina, relationships fuels marketing. At ipoprove ko yan sa inyo in the next few slides. So, how do you build a relationship with your customer? So, umpisa na tayo, no? I'm gonna be telling you 3 steps on how you can build relationships with your customers. So, let's start with number 1 is getting to know your customers. This method, ginagamit ko to sa lahat ng negosyo ko, as in lahat.
Okay. Nawala na naman si Marco. Ano kayang nangyari? Nawala ulit. So, I would like to take this time to show you something since nawala si Marco habang hinihintay natin siya. Now, just to emphasize, I created the secondary link for backup. Can you see the right side of your screen? If you're looking at it, you should be able to see buffering ba, and there's a link on how to how to go to the backup link, and you can also ask questions there. At the condition, if you go to the backup link, you'll have to turn off this one. Okay? Diyan ka na, Marco? So, can you see the backup link? Can you say, yes, I can see? Para lang I know na we're actually serving you guys. There are about 11 people in the backup link, including my sister. Hello, Nina. Yeah, my sister's listening. Diba? Grabe. So, you can see the backup link there. Yeah, very good. Oh, pabitin nga, nawawala na naman siya. So, let me just show you some itong pinrepare ni Nikki na slides. So, the big news for today, while we're waiting for Marco, is that, can you type big news? Big news is that if you're interested to get the 30,000 pesos worth of bonuses, we have added a lot of bonuses to the premium package of the VA 101 downloadable. Okay, we have not only that, we actually ask a professional video group to film the entire event. Okay, para maganda, di ba? Unlike yung before. Ako lang nag-film. So there's video of me moving around. There's video of people talking and answering. Everybody has a microphone. And we didn't increase the price. It's still at 6,575 for the premium of the VA 101 downloadable. You get 2 instead of 1 expert lesson. Now, the expert lessons are my monthly, it's called the VA League of Experts It's my monthly program to educate lots of virtual assistants para yung confidence level mo tumaas. Kasi pag naging VA ka, hindi naman automatic mataas na yung confidence level mo. Ang dami pang tanong like, ano, tama ba yung sinabi ko sa client ko? O nagkakamali ba ako? Ganon. So, isa sa mga lessons na tuturo ko dyan, na part of it is discovering your personal strengths profile and understand what drives you. Earlier, there was somebody who mentioned analysis paralysis. Can you type that? Analysis paralysis. So, bakit ka nagkaganon? Alam mo, minsan, it's not a defect. I-type nyo nga, defect. I-type nyo not a defect. Yung analysis paralysis, ano yan, marami ka masyadong business ideas because you're that kind of person. Meron kasing tao na ginawa ng Diyos, magaling talaga sa analysis paralysis. So that kind of person should be in a team. Ako, kailangan ko ng ganong klaseng tao na magaling sa analysis. Kasi yung paralysis, akong bahala. Yung analysis, siya yung bahala. So don't think of your analysis paralysis as a defect. Think of it as a strength. And knowing that as a strength allows you to become a better person to serve others as a VA. Okay? Another lesson na binonus namin dyan. Actually, bonus to. People pay for these lessons, by the way. Mga 1,400 per month they pay for each lesson. So this is another lesson, how to ace your interview with a #1 huge foreign-based internet company and seal the gig. This is an actual how to paano mo makukuha yung job dito sa isang kumpanya na to.
Hello?
Sige. Baba mo lang yung paa mo, tapusin ko lang to.
Okay, nawala ako. Alright.
Yun, nawala. So commercial parang
Okay.
Pang TV ka talaga. Pag TV ka talaga mahilig ka sa commercial. So, tutuloy ko lang yung commercial ko. The third lesson we added is discovering how you can effectively use storytelling as a marketing tool for clients. So this is an expert lesson that we created. It's around 1,450 each, just for this lesson alone, ha? And because akala mo, storytelling pang directors lang yan, pang showbiz lang yan. In reality, pwede mong i-perfect ang storytelling para pag nag-market ka sa tao, magaling. I mean, they look at you as, ang galing mo naman. Tama, you want people to respect you, right? You want people to look at you as somebody na may talent, right? Kahit na saan ka man nanggaling, tapos ka o hindi, matanda, bata ka, it doesn't matter. As long as you can use storytelling as marketing tool for clients, panalo ka dyan. Okay? So, somebody's asking, ano ang difference ng VA 101 sa content marketing workshop? The concept is the same. You both become a content marketer. Ang VA 101, may dagdag na word. Tawag doon ay content marketing strategist. Okay, iba yun. Yung workshop kasi, content marketing workshop, hindi ka content marketing strategist doon. Ang tawag sa'yo doon ay media owner. Actually, technical na no? Media owner. Ang ibig sabihin ng media owner, sa'yo yung dyaryo. Sa'yo yung website that controls a market. So, sensya ka na hindi Tagalog yun. Ito yung Tagalog. Ang content marketing researcher, strategist, researcher yan. Bottom line, researcher lang yan. Can everybody type researcher? Marunong ka ba mag-Google? Kaya yun lang requirement ko eh. Marunong ka ba mag-Google? Doon sa workshop na ginawa ko last year, hindi lang Google ang kailangan mong alam. Ang dami mong kailangan alam. Okay? Kasi mapapatakbo ka ng website dedicated to a expensive market. A market ng mga mayayaman. Like, nung time na yun, gumawa akong example. Ikaw ang nagko-control sa website, sa Facebook ng Forbes Park. Halimbawa lang yun, ha? So, that's an example of somebody who controls the market of a very expensive place. So, ibang-iba yun. Ibang-iba. Reddit ba yan? I-selfie mo, magsa-selfie picture ka. So, as part of the what Marco is doing, can everybody take out their cell phones right now? Okay, labas niyo cellphone niyo, ha? Apo, nalabas niyo na. Okay. Paki-take picturean yung sarili niyo habang nanonood ng webinar. Ayun na, panoodin niyo na. And take a picture of yourself. Selfie, tumalikod kayo para kita yung computer. Tapos i-selfie nyo yung sarili nyo. Gagawin ko rin siya ngayon din. I-selfie nyo yung sarili nyo habang nanonood kayo ng webinar. Ngayon na, we're doing it right now, tapos mamaya papakita natin sa mundo. Okay, ito na. Siniselfie ko na ang sarili ko. Gawin nyo na ngayon, habang naka-commercial tayo. Ayan. Dapat sana kita si Marco at kita ako. Tapos, yan. Selfie na ako. Pumus natin ito mamaya, ha? Yeah, smile na yan. Nakasmile na si Marco. Nakakuha na ako ng 3 shots, ha? So, kayo din, ha? So, nagtatanong kayo, ano ba ang viral? Yan po ang viral. Bakit? Kasi lahat kayo gustong i-share yan sa friends nyo. Bakit? Kasi kayo yan. Yon. Kaya viral, di ba? O, sige. Tapusin ko na lang to. Tapusin ko na lang to. So, another bonus we added to the VA 101 is the copy of the videos and PDF and audio of the seminar we did last year, in August 2013. It's actually very new also. Kasi I always make a brand new seminar every time I do it. So, idinagdag namin yan. So, when you get the VA 101, it's a buy one, take one deal. You get the second webinar, a second seminar na video. Okay? So, the deadline is tomorrow. I extended it finally hanggang bukas just to give myself a chance to explain this. Just get the premium package before Tuesday, April 8th. And the website to go is jhilary.com/download content premium. And there's also a way to go by BPI or BDO. Okay? The website is on your right. Just click and you'll find out how to do that. So hanggang bukas na yan ng midnight. Love it for you to get it for yourself. There's a guarantee. So if it's not for you, you can ask for your money back. And lagi naman ganun ginagawa namin kasi we really know this thing works. Okay? At marami ng taong nauna pa. Okay? Nauna pa kesa sa inyo na nag-benefit from all these strategies that we have shared. Okay? Let's get back to Marco from Europe. Okay?
From Europe. Okay.
Kunin mo na ulit yung control. Mag-screen share ka na ulit.
From Europe? Nasaan ba yung Europe? Wala.
Then,
Europe.
Grease Monkey ka, tapos naputol Medyo hindi ko na matandaan yung sinasabi.
So, doon naputol sa, sa Europe. Okay, so, wait
I'm sure hindi, pero saan? Just open your slides, so we'll see.
Okay. So,
yan.
Alright, so value your customer. So I'm gonna go back. So when this gift was given to me, the person who gave it to me, she had to think of me, or naisip niya ako when she saw that, and that's a guaranteed relationship. So in building relationship with your customers, this is the most concrete example of the I was thinking of you method. Sa step 1 is you get to know your customers, di ba? Alam mo na yung hilig niya, interest niya, yung mga lagi niyang ginagawa. So step 2 is you work on that. So like ito, alam nung nagbigay sa akin na Grease Monkey ako, binigyan niya ako ng gantong tool. Merong time na yung isang parent dito sa preschool namin is parang contractor sa construction ng business niya. Nagbabasa ako ng dyaryo, nakita ko may bidding ang PC, basta government agency, may bidding for a small office dito lang sa Quezon City. So nung nabasa ko 'yun, naalala ko yung contractor na customer ko dito sa preschool ko. So anong ginawa ko? Pinicturean ko yung advertisement sa dyaryo, pinadala ko sa kanya. And that's a very simple way, pero you bank on relationships. So alam mo si customer mong ganto, idol niya si Jolina Magdangal. Makita mo sa dyaryo, may picture ni Jolina Magdangal, gupitin mo sa dyaryo, padala mo sa kanya. It's adding value to the relationship, to the customer, And ang pinaparating mo sa customer mo na message, I was thinking of you. I hope I hope clear, no? So another example is, kunyari yung kliyente mo, yung anak niya, nanalo sa isang swimming competition, congratulate mo. Padalan mo ng card or padalan mo ng gift check na pangbata or sa Instagram page mo na one of our customers, si Mrs. Ganto, her son won in the 2014 swimming competition. You add value. Anong iisipin ng customer na yon? Ay, iniisip ako ni Marco, iniisip ako ni gantong kumpanya, iniisip ako ni Sola. If ang kliyente mo, like, meron akong bar and restaurant, meron akong, pag may game ang PBA, yung isang kliyente, yung isang customer namin na to sa bar, lagi siyang present. So, mahilig siya manood ng basketball games. Ngayon, may nagbigay sa akin ng ticket sa Araneta. So, what did I do? Binigay ko dun sa kliyente namin. Question, malulugi ba yung bar dahil mawawalan kami ng customer? Oo, mawawalan kami ng benta for that night dahil hindi siya kakain, iinom sa bar ko. Pero, okay lang eh. Binigyan ko siya ng ticket papuntang Araneta. And, I'm sure, hindi niya makakalimutan yung araw na yun. Na yung bar na pinupuntahan ko, hindi ko naman kilala tong mga taong to. Nakikita ko lang sila tuwing nagpupunta ako doon. Binigyan ako ng ticket. Anong sinabi ko sa kanya? I was thinking of you. And I added value to our relationships. I don't think tinuturo to sa school, no? Sa marketing, sa business. Pero in Tagalog, tawag dito diskarte. Diskarte na in English is the I was thinking of you method. It's always good practice na parating mo sa mga kliyente mo na I was thinking of you. Na I want you to benefit from my business. So that's step number 2. Step 1, get to know your customer. Step 2 is value your customer. So you add value to your customers. The last step, step number 3, is listen to your customers. So, sabi ko dito, shut your mouth, open your ears. Bakit shut your mouth and open your ears? Common na mistake ng mga marketing people is benta ng benta, daldal ng daldal, without knowing what their customer wants. And if the first step is getting to know, if the second step is valuing your customers, the last step is listening to them, to what they want. So, bago ka magbenta, shut up and open your ears. Makinig ka sa kung anong gusto mo ng kliyente mo. So, you listen first, you market later. So, you listen muna. Ang ganda nun. Listen first, market later. Pwede mong i-tweet yun. If your business is digital, so online ang mga binibenta mo, how do you listen to your customers? You address the physical business. So, kung hindi naman digital ang negosyo mo, kung may physical store ka, pakinggan mo yung customers mo sa digital side. So, kunyari, may sari-sari store ka at gusto mong pakinggan kung anong opinion ng customer mo, huwag mong hintayin na magsabi siya sa'yo sa sari-sari store mo. Punta ka sa digital. Anong sinasabi niya sa Facebook niya, sa Twitter niya, sa Instagram niya. And vice versa. Kung digital naman yung business mo, kung kunyari, ikaw may-ari ng Truly Rich Club, kung gusto mo malaman kung anong reaction ng mga tao mo, besides sa mga feedback forms and mga complaint forms, you listen sa anong sinasabi ng tao na yon through her friends, through physical. So, vice versa yon, digital and non-digital. Marketing is very simple eh. Like I said, relationships fuels marketing. If you want to market effectively, if you want to have a good sales strategy, follow these 3 steps. Build relationship with your customers. Get to know your customers, value your customers, and listen to your customers. Ganun lang kadali. Once you have invested in relationships, marketing will be piece of cake. This is very true. Once na may mutual relationship na kayo, may mutual understanding pala, may MU na kayo ng customer mo, marketing will be piece of cake na nakuha mo na yung tiwala niya, alam niyang you're thinking of her, of him, alam niyang iniisip mo siya, alam niyang may isip mo siya pag nakita mo yung hilig niya, alam niyang may value siya sa'yo, marketing will be like commanding. Instead of you saying na, I'll be launching a new seminar, it's like telling the customer, oy, kasali ka sa seminar na to. Marketing will be piece of cake basta you have relationship with your customers. And sales will be icing on the cake. Sales will follow definitely. Sobrang sure na sure yun, no? Before I give my one big message for this webinar, I'll promote again my blog, yung Business Daddy. So, yung last week, yung last webinar, sobrang na-overwhelm ako sa mga messages ng mga nakinig na tungtuwa ako na nagkikwento lang ako na sabi nga ni Jomar ganun, nakataas pa yung tuhod ko yung pa ako. Kasi parang sobrang comfortable ako na nagkikwento lang ako ng mga experiences ko sa negosyo, ng mga natutunan ko sa marketing, sa sales, sa online selling. Ako naman, nagkikwento lang ako . Tapos, yung ganong impact na nakaka-bless ka, nakakatulong ka, nakaka-inspire ka, ang sarap sa feeling. So, thank you sa mga nag-message, sa mga dumalaw dun sa website ko na businessdaddy.ph. Sobrang thank you. And for my last message for you guys, my one big message, this is my last slide. Stop worrying about sales. Build relationships. So, this is the bottom line. Sa kahit anong negosyo, sa mapa-online man, mapa-korporasyon man yan na sinlaki ng Jollibee, or sari-sari store, or cigarette vendor ka pa, basta negosyo, huwag mo intindihin yung sales. You focus on building relationships. And like what I said kanina, sales will be icing on the cake. Darating ang pera, darating ang benta, basta may relationship ka with your customers. How did I say this? Because this is what I did. Ito yung natutunan ko the hard way. I had to fail so many times. Pero ngayon na okay yung mga business, this is what I bank on . Building relationships. In kahit anong negosyo, sa preschool, sa bar, kahit yung bridal car, pag nag-inquire yung bride, imbes na tanungin mo saan, anong oras, may pagtawaran sa presyo, hindi . Tanong mo, ay, congratulations, kailan kayo na-engage, gaano kayo katagal mag-boyfriend, saan kayo nag-date. You get to know the person, you build relationships. In sales, money, commission, interest, kung ano man negosyo mo, it will come. So stop worrying about sales. Build relationships. So thank you very much. It's been another hour of sobrang saya ko to do this webinar. Thank you, Jomar. Thank you everyone for listening.
Ayan, bumalik ka na ulit. Teka lang, nandito pa ba ako? Ayan, nandito pa ako. O ano, kaya nyo pa? Kaya mo pang magsagot? May tanong ba kayo?
Yeah. Game ako, game.
Wala akong makita tanong. Kasi, ano yan, we'll give them a minute to type in kasi ganun talaga. This is a different system. It's not really 100%
live. May ko yung questions? Hindi.
You should be able to see it. Wala ka bang access sa chat? Anong Gmail ginamit mo to get? Di ba yun din? Dapat sa kanan Pindutin mo yung chat sa right side.
Group chat? Ito group chat.
Can you see it?
Yeah, yeah.
Dapat walang...
I'll try to type. Yan, type ako.
Wala akong nakitang word na... Ay, hindi yan!
Ay, hindi yan.
Right. Wala kang nakikitang detached sidebar.
Wala eh. Okay lang.
Pumunta ka sa... Galaw mo yung mouse mo to the left. Tingnan mo if you can see red na S. Na parang yung lightning S sa red. Red na S. Pangalan ng webinar.
Wala.
Left side of your screen sa Google+.
Wala.
Okay, so... Sorry, hindi ko alam ba't wala ka.
Okay lang. Okay lang.
Guys, it's time for you to ask the question. Or tutulog na si Marco. We have 10 minutes for questions. 11 na. So, ano kayo? Game ba kayo dyan? Ang questions, real time eh. Rodexter, RV, Gmail, sino pa ba nandito? Jeremiah, sa KSA, Charito, Bricks, Mylene, Cherry Rose, Amor, Divine, 5 May, Question, Rowena, sino ba ang mga nandito? Si Jinky, Lalaine, Len Marks, Lori from the United States, Manix, Maria Cristina, Mark, Pamela, ano ba? Tanong kayo. Well, tanong kayo. We're just waiting for them to ask questions. I'll just change the option.
Meron akong kaibigan na nakikinig daw sa webinar.
Okay.
Hi, Veve. So then,
Yeah.
Hey? Mirror image nga pala. Sorry.
Hindi, kita yan. Kita namin. Tinatranslate yan ni Google.
Oh, talaga? Cool.
Ikaw lang makita ng mirror image, kami hindi.
Oh.
We can see that.
Ang pangalan niya si Veve. Si Veve, nakilala ko sa isang bazaar sa Alabang. Ang business niya, mga personalized notepads, invitations. Po-promote sana kita, Veve, kasi hindi ko alam yung link mo.
Website mo.
Ibig sabihin, hindi catchy. Joke lang. Send mo sa akin. Hindi ko naalala eh. Sorry.
Ayun, tanong na si Jill. Pwede bang food service sa Instagram? Maybe the basic question is, what kind of companies should not use Instagram or should use Instagram?
Ako, I believe, kahit pwede. Kasi, kung ang target mo, sales lang, may mga kumpanyang hindi pwede, yung mga perishable na products. Pero, maganda kay Instagram kasi, hindi lang siya to make sales eh. It's to market. So, it gives you publicity as well. So, may mga kumpanya na may Instagram sila, pero hindi sila nagbebenta through Instagram. So, don't limit Instagram to business and to sales. Use it to market, for publicity, for PR. Kunyari, ang business mo, kunyari si Jollibee, hindi ko alam kung may Instagram siya, pero may mga companies na ganyan, na may Instagram. Anong pinapakita nilang mga photos? Paano nila linuluto yung fried chicken, malinis yung pinanggagalingan ng chicken, yung mga batang nag-enjoy kumain, publicity and PR. It will drive sales on how we can make the sale. Basta don't limit Instagram sa sa sales. So kahit pwede sa Instagram. Any business.
So form relationships. Tama
Yep.
At ang mga tanong dumarating na. So ang tanong ni Queenie, okay lang ba 80% ang markup sa baked goods? It's a tactic question.
Yes. At least 80%.
Pagtanong na tactic, yes or no lang yan.
At least 80.
At least 80%. Okay. Ito, basic. Amor is asking, when getting to know online clients, do you just look at their profiles? I think she's asking like step 1.
Yeah, if online ang relationship nyo, yes, you that's the first thing you do eh. Search mo sa Facebook or i-search mo sa Google. And then ako kasi I still believe in emails eh. may mga iba, they prefer Facebook messages over emails. Pero ako, I think mas parang formal pag email. So, ako, I still do email. Like, I talagang I build relationships and may pagkwentuhan ka. Kasi mag-email ka, magtanong ka, just try. And then magkwento ka about sarili mo. Step 2, just ask interest, hobbies. Get to know. Get to know your client. Email mo. Thank you, Amor. Suki si Amor sa questions, ha?
Mm. Is it okay to include family members in your business or even as employees? Nakakatakot kasi mag
yung preschool ko, ang nagpapatakbo is my sister. Yung bar and restaurant, ang managers ko doon, uncle ko, tsaka pinsan ko. With that, sobrang sensitive matter 'yan, yung getting your relatives to as part of the business, no. First, you put everything on paper. Dapat malinis, may kontrata or may memorandum of agreement kayo. Anong gusto niya, kung sweldo ba or profit sharing or parehas. Pwedeng maging super successful at maging mas close pa kayo dahil sa business, or pwede rin ikasira yan ang business nyo. It could work both ways, pero ang safety feature mo is to put everything on paper. That's very, very important. Thank you.
How about hiring staff? Can you give us some tips on hiring good staff?
Yung funny when hiring staff.
Ikoy ang tanong.
Sino?
Ikoy ang pangalan niya.
Ikoy. Hiring staff. Ako kasi, like ako nga, hindi ako college graduate, so I don't care pag may nag-apply, kung anong tinapos mo, kung may master's degree ka. Kunyari, nag-a-apply na teacher dito. Sa preschool ko, may nag-apply. Master's degree. Meron siyang units on reading, units on SPED, and so on and so forth. Kasi I don't read those. It's your passion about what you do. Kung hindi ka passionate sa ginagawa mo, most likely I won't hire you. It's that simple. If hindi mo mapapakita sa akin na passionate ka sa trabaho na yan, chances are, for me, hindi ka matatanggap. If I don't believe in certificates and papers and all that. Papel lang yan eh. At the end of the day, sabi ko nga, ang daming malalaking kumpanya na nagbebenta ng sapatos. Daming sa mall, nakakabenta sila ng 10, 15 pieces, pairs a day. Lahat ng mga may-ari ng mga kumpanyang to, mga master's degree, doctorate, yung mga marketing nila, may doctorate, operations head nila, may doctorate. Pero mas madami ako nabibentang sapatos kaysa sa kanila. College dropout ako. So, it's about passion. It's how do you love what you do? So, in hiring your staff, kung ikaw mag-hire ng staff, you look at the passion kasi ang hindi nababayaran sa empleyado is kusa, yung kusang loob. And kung yung empleyado mo hindi masaya sa trabaho niya, definitely walang kusa. Yung mga empleyado ko sa bar, yung mga waiter ko, sobrang enjoy sila sa trabaho nila. I treat them very well, very, very nice. They get paid well. They get good incentives. Kahit hindi ako mag-request sa kanila mag-overtime, kailangan mag-overtime sila kasi may kusa. And yun na nga, hindi yun nababayaran ng kahit anong amount yung kusa. So, make sure yung i-hire mo loves what he or she does and they will love your company as well. So, good luck sa pag-hire ng ng employees mo. So, it's important pa rin yung paper nila, yung resume nila. Important pa din yun. Pero more than that, i-check their passion, their background. Thank you, Ikoy.
It seems, narinig niyo ba ako? Hindi ko alam eh.
Yeah.
It seems you, sabi ni Heidi, it seems you like starting a business is so easy for you. We're advised to start a business as supposed to be our passion. I'm a teacher and I imagine myself owning a small but prestigious prep school. In your first webinar, you mentioned that Lilliput Academy, your school, is doing very well. How are you sustaining it? Is it also your passion?
Yung pag-sustain ng preschool.
Mm-hmm.
Ako kasi, Heidi ba? Heidi, no? Heidi. Heidi, ako kasi I love kids. It's my passion. I love kids. Isa sa mga pinakaunang negosyo ko na malaki na nalugi is yung photo studio ko. The photo studio was based on kids. Puro bata yung kinukuha namin. I have a passion with kids. Mahilig ako mag-alaga ng bata. Yung mga pamangkin ko are very spoiled with me. I love kids. And that's why ako nagtayo ng preschool eh. Mahilig ako sa bata. And how do I sustain it? It's, alam mo yun, a school is definitely self-sustaining. The income is really good. It's just about marketing and managing your school well. I hope you get to put up your own prep school, lalo na teacher ka. Pag yung teacher may-ari, mas mas maganda yung school, mas tutok. Ako kasi hindi ako teacher, pero nung tinayo ko yung preschool na yan, ang kapartner ko was my ex-girlfriend na teacher din siya. So, yan, I'm sharing personal. Build relationships. Wag niyo na tanungin kung sino. Wag niyo na i-research kung sino yung kapartner ko. So, ganun eh. So, mas okay kung ikaw yung may-ari, yung teacher mismo. Makakatipid ka ng isang tao. Good luck sa preschool. Sana matayo mo. Wag mo lang ako tatabihan. Thank you, Heidi.
How do you get the people na may kusa? How do you check for passion?
First is the interview. Pangalawa, may parang probationary period. So, ako minsan 2 weeks, minsan 1 week, depende sa business. Na makikita mo naman yun lalabas yun. You can test them na kunyari sa bar and restaurant nung probationary yung mga waiter, nag-i-intentionally ako nagkakalat, naglalagay ng tissue sa sahig. Hindi nila trabaho yon, hindi trabaho ng waiter yon. Trabaho ng janitor yon, ng taga-walis, taga-linis. Pero doon ko makikita pag pinulot nila or hindi. Lalo kung makikita kung nakita nila or hindi. Makikita mo yung kusa kung porsigido siya sa trabaho niya. Kasi ako sa umpisa pa lang, sinasabi ko sa kanila, kung saan man kayo nanggaling na trabaho, ang promise ko sa kanyo, I'll be a better employer. I pay really well. And I give incentives. Ngayon, may mga nakabili na ng motorsiklo yung mga waiter, no? Dati, yung isa sa kanila, nagbabike from Pandacan to Quezon City every day. Ngayon, may motorsiklo na siya. I promise them a lot, and I fulfill my promises. I give good Christmas bonus, blah blah blah, and all that. They know na maganda makukuha nila from me. So I expect them to work really well, to pour out their passion, and alam mo yun, I promise them na after 5 years nila sa akin, tulungan ko sila mag-business, makapagtayo sila ng food cart nila, and so on. So, lalabas yung kusa sa probationary period. Make it 2 weeks para sure, pero ako minsan may 1 week lang, makikita mo na, so okay na. So, good luck sa pag-hire. Have a probationary period. na may agreement kayo after 6 weeks, after 2 weeks, tsaka mo pa lang siya i-hire or hindi. Pero may bayad yun, ha? Kawawa naman yung tao. May bayad yun. It's just a testing period. Thank you for the question.
Okay, grabe. Grabe, ang gaganda ng tanong kung kailan mahuhuli na. Okay, do you take out loans sa dami mo ng business?
Yes, loans. Ako naglo-loan ako. Yes, business loans are very, very good. If you know to use them well, nung umpisa, hindi. I would usually loan from family members, from friends, no? And then, pag malakihan na, I learned how to use business loans. There are good loans and bad loans. Bad loans are the loans that you cannot pay. Good loans are the loans that you can pay. It's that simple. So, what are good loans? Business loans. So, if you're gonna loan for a business, make sure na concrete yung business plan mo. You have the right set of mentors. You have a exit strategy on how you're gonna pay the loan if ever the business fails. Cover all ends. And then once you've covered all ends, you can go with the business loans. You can now actually is the best time to make a business loan. So if may business plan kayo in mind, maganda yung rates ngayon. They're very low now. I think they're at mga 7.2 ang BDO yata. You can ask for a lower ngayon. Kunyari punta kayo sa bangko, sabi 9%. Sabihin mo, I want a lower interest rate. I'm sure pagbibigyan nila kayo because the economy now is doing a bit well. So, maluwag sila sa business loans kasi madaming nagsusulputang negosyo. So yes, I do have business loans. Thank you for the question.
Okay. Is it advisable to i-market ang organic vegetable and fruits sa Instagram?
Yes. I know a couple who do. Yes. And what?
Okay, ganun lang simple, no? May kilala ka namang ganun.
Yeah.
Do you follow the three?
The three.
Sorry, tuloy lang.
Meron akong organic products. Isa sa mga maliit na malaking business. Paano ba yun? It's a business na, actually, it's my dad who's doing it. Pero yung local, meron kasi din akong parang massage spa place sa loob ng Quezon City Circle. It's a small business. And then meron kami dong mga organic products. Meron kaming mga tsaa, kunyari, tawa-tawa tea para sa mga may dengue, may big night tea kami, and so on. Hindi siya ganun kalakas locally, pero yun na nga, it's my dad who's doing it. We sell in Peru, Argentina, Brazil, basta South America. A couple of thousands of bottles every 2-3 months. It's a big...
Oh, nawala na naman yung sound mo. Naputol ka na naman. Ano nangyari sa'yo? Okay, let me just take over. So guys, salamat sa questions nyo, ha. Sayang, ganda. Mayroon pa mga tanong dito eh. Pero ang bottom line naman dyan is, if your business is X, okay lang ba mag-Instagram sa X? Oo. Kasi yung business, ang technique sa Instagram, not just to sell in Instagram, but to build a relationship with people in Instagram. Ayan. So, Jomar, meron bang relationship yung Instagram sa VA 101? Instagram is, you need to understand this very carefully. Ha? Paki-repeat nga, paki-type, this is important. Type nyo, this is important. Para nagigets ko na nagigets nyo. Sobrang importante ito. Kailangan maintindihan nyo yung pagkakaiba. Instagram is a tactic. Okay? Instagram is a means to an end. What is the end? Yan yung strategy. Ano yung sinabi ni Marco na strategy? That's form a relationship with prospective clients. Ayan, nandiyan ka na ulit. In-explain ko yung sinasabi mo kanina na why use Instagram? because you use Instagram to form relationships with clients, not because you're using Instagram, period.
Yeah.
You don't use Instagram just because it's Instagram. That's because uso ngayon, sinabi ni Marco, kumikita siya doon, so gaya ka naman. That would be following the tactic. Can you type that in? Following the tactic? Mali po yun. Pag finalo mo yung tactic, halimbawa, ginaya mo ako, nag-webinar ka rin, eh, hindi mo alam yung strategy, the big idea why we're doing the webinar, baka sabihin mo, nakakapagod naman to. Nakaka-stress naman ito. Katulad ngayon, putol ng putol si Marco, di ba? Para may commercial. Kanina ako stress kay siya kasi si siya, time na, hindi pa kami nagkakaintindihan. So that's very stressful on my part. Though it was just public service, yung webinar kanina. Baka sabihin mo, ay, ayoko nang gawin yan. Bakit pa pinagtsatsagaan ko yung webinar na yan? The reason why some of us, we continue on a business, kasi nanggaya lang tayo. Kasi ginagaya natin yung tactic. Hindi natin alam yung strategy. Ngayon, sinabi sa inyo ni Marco yung strategy. Kaya magtsatsaga kang kumausap sa tao sa Instagram eh. Kasi hindi mo balak bentahan sila. At least not up front. Balak mo silang kaibiganin up front. Yun. Di ba? Na-gets ko din. So, ituloy mo na yung pagsasagot sa tanong.
So, ano yun? Ano yung huli?
Okay. Yung huli is, I think you were answering...
organic?
Yeah, organic stuff.
So,
yeah.
Yes. The answer is yes. You can sell, market, PR your organic products through Instagram. Do it. Send me the link.
Ayan. Ako masasagot ng tanong kasi may nagtanong. So, saan mo pag-aaralan? Para sa akin yung tanong sasagutin ko na lang. Saan mo pag-aaralan yung tactic and strategy? Doon sa VA 101. Believe it or not, yung VA 101 seminar is just an explanation na sobrang simplified kung paano mo gagamitin yung difference ng goals, strategies, and tactics. Para kumita ka ng $77 US an hour. Yun lang yun. Yun lang, ganun lang kasimple. Okay, balik tayo kay Marco. Which is, gusto niyo malaman magkano yung capital mo sa Sola?
Oh my gosh. That
Kung game
time...
ka lang. Kung game ka lang. Pag hindi, kaya natin sagutin yan.
When Sola started, 36, less than, less than 200,000. Below, less than 200,000.
Yun. So, money kayo, panay kayo money, mga tanong ha. Tandaan yung mga people, ang mga tanong na money, hindi yan tungkol kay Marco. Tungkol yan sa'yo. You're comparing yourself to Marco.
Oh, diskarte ka ng pera. Pwede namang hindi pera puhunan eh.
Oh, yun. Pag yung susundin yung tactic yan eh. May pera akong 200,000, pwede na ako mag-business. Mali! Hindi ganun. Sabi nga sa inyo ni Marco, pag nag-loan ka ngayon, pwede kang tumawad. Alam niyo ba yun? Sinabi yun sa amin ni Edward Lee, makinig kayo mabuti. Edward Lee, yung billionaire na kaibigan ni Bo, yun. Ngayon, pag nag-loan ka, tumawad ka. Lower interest rate. So, asan na ba tayo? Tanong ni Manix, paano mo daw inaalagaan yung email list mo? Tama ba? Hindi ko makita eh. Yun na tayo tanong niya. Hindi ko makita.
Yung email list ko, ito I'll be very, very honest. Sobrang sobrang hilaw ng knowledge ko with email lists and the whole tech stuff. Hindi pa ako techie nito may online stores ako. Email list, alam mo yung sa email ko, wala, naka-folder lang per negosyo. Sola na folder. I'm sure there's so many ways, like inaaral ko nga yung get si Sha nagtuturo sa akin, yung speaker kanina, si Sha. So oh my gosh, anong pangalan ng tinuturo niya sa akin? Ano yung ginagamit ni Tito Bo, Jomar?
Get response.
Yan. Yung mga ganyan, hindi pa ako familiar, hindi pa ako well knowledgeable about them. So, kaya ako as in, uh, yung email list ko, yung listings ko ng email, sobrang konti lang. Madami akong cellphone numbers. Madami akong Facebook accounts Facebook accounts nila sa Facebook pages. I send personal messages. Pero yung email ko, puro personal, as in I type, I send per person, or minsan copy paste. So I'm sure mas madami kayong alam than me with I'm still learning. Si Sha nagtuturo sa akin kasi nilapitan ko siya kasi sabi niya magsulat daw ako ng sarili kong libro. Umuo ako, so I'm at her mercy now. So ayun, so si Jomar dapat ang tanungin mo on how to use the email listings. Siya yung gumagawa kay Tito Bono. So I'm not the guy to ask.
Si Bo gumagawa nun, di ako.
Ay, di. Pero I'm sure you know about it, no? Ako wala talagang alam about it.
Yep. Okay, we got to the last question. Hindi, si Mylene, pero hindi ko naman tanong. Hindi ko kaya sagutin, ikaw na bahala. Do you follow the 3 Ps? People, product, and profit. How do you manage this?
People, product, and profit. And how do I manage this? People, product, and profit. And how do I manage this? Siguro to each to its own, no? I don't follow the people, product, and profit. Iba-iba eh sa business. May profit, yes. Pero ako, the last thing I think about is profit eh. Darating talaga yan eh. Huwag mo intindihin yung profit. Darating talaga yon. Just be true to your customers. People and product, yes. I always make sure na I have the best products. I bank on that. That's why malakas loob mo magbenta kasi naniniwala ka sa product mo. I-scrap out mo na yung profit sa formula mo. Kasi sure na yun eh. Yung people tsaka product, hanggang puso ka dun eh. Profit will come. You just have to believe in yourself, to believe in your business. I know where, galing ako dun eh. Yung stage na negosyo para kumita, negosyo para sa pera. Oo, yun yung pinaka outcome ng business, pero gravy na lang talaga yun eh. Extra na lang siya kasi darating talaga. Focus on your product and your profit. So, no, I don't follow that. Sorry.
Very nice and well said. Bago kayo magpanic na sabihin nyo, so mag-business ako para malugi. Sira. Ang usapan dito, nagsimula ka. Okay? Kung desperado kang kumita on the first day, walang mangyayari sa ginagawa mo.
Magtrabaho ka na lang kung desperado ka kumita.
Magtrabaho ka na lang. Empleyado kung gusto mo kumita on the first day. Actually, hindi totoo. In 15 days, bago ka kumita kung empleyado ka. I'm gonna repeat myself. That is a strategy. Pakiswipe nga yung word na strategy. The big idea here is, when you begin, don't focus on income, profit, focus on relationships. Ayan. That's the strategy. How you do it is called a tactic. Pag pinagbaligtad mo yon, mali na. Hindi
Patay.
Hindi maganda yung business mo. Meron tanong dito, I think parang last 2 questions na lang. Meron akong malunggay tree sa backyard. Paano kayo natuto mag-package ng malunggay? I think the question really is, how did you learn to do X? X being any one of the 40 businesses you got yourself into.
First, get mentors. Second, study, research, never stop learning, attend seminars, attend webinars. You need to grow, you need to learn. So, yung mga negosyo ko na passion ko, ang daling natutunan dahil mahilig ako sa kotse, mahilig ako sa bata. Pero nung pumasok ako sa bar and restaurant, wala akong kaalam-alam. Hindi ako marunong magluto masyado. As in, wala akong kaalam-alam. Hindi ako marunong mag-costing ng pagkain, ng beer, lahat ng yan. So, I had to study. First, I got a mentor na nandun sa negosyo na yon. I would bug him all the time. Paano presyohan to? Paano paggawa ng menu? Gaano karaming supply ng crispy pata dapat meron sa bar, and so forth. Masasagot yun ng mentor mo. Ngayon, you have to study on the financial. So, you never stop learning. You should never stop learning. Like, ako, I can say na pwede kong sabihin na ang dami-dami kong negosyo ngayon, tumatakbo lahat, maganda kita, natuto na ako sa failures ko, pwedeng kaya ko na eh. Hindi na ako makikinig kay ganito, hindi na ako mag-aaral about it. Pero would you believe up to now, I subscribe sa Entrepreneur Magazine. When I meet people, I try to, may mga nami-meet ako, like, kunyari, from this webinar, kunyari, from one talk na ako nagsalita, may lumapit sa akin after the talk, ang dami daw niya natutunan sa akin. I invite her or him to coffee, and I try to learn from him or her. Kasi, alam mo yun, you should never stop learning. Kahit ano pang narating mo, there's always room for new things. So, yung malunggay sa backyard mo, sobrang daming pwede negosyo sa malunggay. Meron akong malunggay capsules. Meron ba ako dito nasa baba yata. Meron akong malunggay capsules. Meron akong malunggay tea. So, moringa tea, moringa capsules. Pwede mo puntahan sa www.facebook.com/Dr. Healthy Alternatives. DR Healthy Alternatives. Yata. So, parang gano'n yung nandun yung malunggay pills, malunggay tea. Ang market mo dyan, pag ni-research mo, ginoogle mo, ang market mo is yung mga nagbe-breastfeed. So, it helps breastfeeding mothers lactate. So, yan yung mga maaaral mo pa nag-research ka, nagtanong ka sa mga mentor, malalaman mo sinong bebentahan mo, paano mo ipapackage, paano mo gagawin. Pwede mong gawin lang sa bahay mo, yung pills and yung tsaa. So, madaming produkto malunggay. Merong malunggay juice. Masarap yun. Meron sa SNR na grocery na malunggay juice. Moringa juice. Sobrang sarap. Parang lasang Mountain Dew na healthy in the thing. Gulat ka, made in the Philippines. Sa Batangas. So, learn, research, you have to work. Hindi pwedeng i-feed sa'yo lahat ng mentor. Hindi pwedeng makukuha mo lahat sa webinar. You have to work. You have to research. So, good luck sa malunggay business. Paramihin mo.
Okay, last question before we say goodbye. Ikaw nagsabi nito eh. You may partners, not employees. Paano ang setup ninyo? Profit sharing ba? May wages din sila monthly, tapos commission lang after sale? How does that making partners and not employees work for you? It's our last question for tonight.
All right. I'll explain this na medyo technical. A business partner, pag sinabi mo kasing business partner, parehas kayo nag-invest. Parehas kayo naglabas ng pera. Ang industrial partner, ikaw nag-invest ng pera, yung industrial partner mo nag-invest ng knowledge, ng service, ng oras, yun ang industrial partner. So kung ang partnership nyo, industrial, ikaw lang ang pera, siya ang serbisyo, you can agree on profit sharing after mabawi yung nilabas mong pera. that's industrial partnership. So, kung ang negosyo nyo is bigas, naglabas ka ng 100 pesos, siya magtitinda sa palengke, hanggat hindi mo nababawi yung 100 pesos, hindi kayo pwede mag-profit sharing. Sweldo lang siya sa pagtitinda niya. Sa'yo lahat ng kita. Now, mabawi mo yung 100 pesos mo, depending on your agreement, may pwede na siyang mag-profit sharing. If you want na profit sharing sa industrial partnership nyo. So, that's one way to do it. Pero ako kasi, I don't like industrial partnerships. Personally, I'm not saying it's wrong. It's a very good practice as well. Pero ako kasi, I always say, no, have more business partners than employees. Why do I do this? Kasi I'm a serial entrepreneur. Madami akong negosyo and definitely wala akong oras para sa lahat ng yon. So what do I do? Yung mga manager, yung mga matagal ko ng tauhan sa isang business, I give them shares, profit sharing. Bukod pa yun sa sweldo nila, ha? Like I said, merong mga negosyo na 20% lang ng profit na pupunta sa akin. Kahit mga 80% yung nilabas ko, or minsan 100% ang nilabas kong pera, 20% lang sa akin, 80% mapupunta sa ilang tao. Bakit ko ginagawa yun? First, alam kong hindi ako lolokohin. Kasi pag niloko nila yung negosyo, niloko nila sarili nila. Kasi may-ari din sila. May profit sharing kami. Second, ba't ko ginagawa yun? If pag hindi summer, when I wake up in the morning, I go to mass. After mass, minsan wala akong ginagawa. Would you believe, I have 18 businesses. Minsan, nagigising ako, bored pa ako, hindi ko alam anong gagawin ko. Nag-iisip pa ako saan ako pupunta, saan ako magbe-breakfast, sinong yayayain ko manood ng sine, magkape. Bakit? Kasi may mga nagpapatakbo ng negosyo ko. Imaginein mo, nag-swimming ako sa beach, kumikita ako ng 20% sa isang negosyo. Hindi ba sobrang saya nun? Like, kumita ka ng 5,000 a day, anong ginawa mo? Wala. Nag-Facebook, naipagkwentuhan sa mga kaibigan. Passive income, ang tawag nila. So, gumagawa niyan yung mga nagpaparenta ng bahay and all that. Same thing sa business, mga business ko. Pero ang difference, hindi siya renta ng bahay eh. Bar and restaurant, I don't go there every day. Pero I earn every day from it. So that's why I always say, have more business partners than employees. You make the long-term employees na trusted mo na your business partners because ayaw mo din naman na forever silang tauhan mo eh. You want to help them grow din eh. Kasi once you have helped them grow, once yumaman din sila, maging negosyante din, matuto sa'yo, ako, I'm proud. I'll be so proud of them na may mga negosyo na sila. Sila na yung tumutulong sa ibang tao. Sila na yung gumagawa ng partnership sa mga empleyado nila. Trusting them is one big thing. It's a big risk to trust na yung mga ganyang tauhan na pwede kang lokohin. Oo, pwede kang lokohin. Pero I always tell them na pag niloko nyo ko, una, niloko nyo sarili nyo. Pangalawa, hindi ako yung nawalan sila. Kasi at the end of the line, kaya ko itayo yung negosyo na yun dahil ako nagtayo ng negosyo. Partner lang sila. So, yun yung sinasabi ko lagi sa kanila. Na pag nagkalokohan, bumagsak yung negosyo, pinabayaan nila, it's more of their loss than mine. Ang masarap lang sa pakiramdam ko, I trusted them. And, kung paano sila magre-respond sa trust, that's their problem. Ang problema mo is worrying about how they will do their jobs. And with my experience, 9 out of 10, they'll do their job well. May naloko na sa akin, yes. May nagnakaw na sa akin, yes. It's ganun talaga. Pero 9 out of 10, as of now, nagwe-webinar ako, nagsusulat ako sa blog ko. I'm earning from the shoes. I'm earning from the bar. I'm sure madaming tao ngayon. I'm earning from this and that. And hindi ko siya kailangan intindihan dahil I have business partners than employees. Isipin mo kung puro empleyado yung nandun sa bar. Iniisip ko, paano kung may nagpunta doon, mag-offer ng promo, ahente ng gantong pagkain. Siyempre, kailangan may-ari kausap, kailangan nasan yung may-ari, kailangan pirma ni may-ari. Pero ngayon, enjoy ko yung oras ko kasi I have more business partners than employees. So, sana clear yung pagsagot ko. It's medyo complicated talaga. I'll try to explain on them siguro in one blog entry, about that. Pero bottom line is trust, and si Dean Pax told me, my business mentor, na yung executive time na tinatawag, yung oras mo, hindi yan nababayaran. Anong worth ng oras mo? So, ako, I get to do anything I want now. I can go abroad for 6 months, walang uwian ng Pilipinas. Pag uwi ko, alam kong tumatakbo lahat ng negosyo ko. Because I have more business partners than employees. So, sana nasagot ko yung question. Alright.
Thank you so much, Marco. Hindi na nila nakayanan ng ating tibay. Marami nang umuwi. Anyway, but we have recording of this up on YouTube. It's already instantly there, but we're gonna try kung kailangan pa i-edit para malinis yung cuts. Thank you very much for giving your time and relieving your boredom. At least ngayon, pagod ka na, pwede ka nang matulog.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much. I hope you got the idea, and the idea is very big, and this is the strategy, big strategy. Get more partners than employees. Pag nakapagawa ka na ng sariling kumpanya, use that idea, use that strategy, and you can have a freer millionaire star life. Okay pa? Salamat, Marco, again. And ano yung greeting mo? Yung ano yung binalabas mo? Ilabas mo na lang, tapos goodbye na. Yung papel. Ano laman ng papel?
Wala na, hindi. Whiteboard yun. Nabura ko nga ng kamay ko eh. Wala na. Okay lang.
Salamat ka.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you so much.
And for everyone else, ano may sabihin kong good night? Ayun, hanggang bukas lang inyong ang inyong yun na nga, yung VA 101, your first step in doing that, becoming a VA. Why? Because first step, get rid of your job. Yan, ang gusto kong goal. Get rid of your job. Pag natanggal mo si job, napalitan mo yung income mo with online, pwede ka na mag-set up ng businesses. Okay? It's easy to get rid of your job, get rid of the commute para swak. Okay ka na. Diba? Pwede ka na mag-start ng interviewing employees and setting up businesses and all that stuff. Because you're no longer wasting time on commutes. And of course, you're now staring at the people in your house, trying to figure out how to love them more. Yun lang naman. So if the challenge to love your loved ones more is for you, then welcome. Kunin nyo na yung premium na na VA 101. Okay, folks? Hindi ako marunong magtanggal ng mute. Marco, hindi ko matanggal ng mute mo. So, okay, good night, everyone. I'll see you. The website is on the right. Just click on Get Started if you're interested to find out yung mga bonuses pa ng VA 101. Hanggang bukas na lang po yan. Marco, pwede mo nang tanggalin yung hinarang mo sa likod mo. Good night.
Kurtina yan sa banyo.
Okay, good night, everyone.
Thank you.
I'll
Good
see
night.
you.